day-to-day vocabulary? Come on, guys, talk to me. Yes or no? This ain't rocket science. Okay. I'm not surprised. I mean, my gosh. You need to know how to get to Walmart, and you need to know how to get to Pizza Hut, and you need to know how to do those things. That's navigating. That'll get you there. That's what this thing is all about. We talked the other day about the compass. I don't think you were here when we, yeah, you were. You were here when we talked about the compass, weren't you? Okay. We got the compass and we went outside and walked around and all that. No. I don't think you were.
No, I don't think he was here.
Yeah. Okay. Everything in navigation centers around the compass. Direction. What direction are you going? What we have to do is get a basic direction and then move from there. So our primary direction that we use as a basis is north. Okay? North. There's several types of north. We have grid north, which is on the map. We have magnetic north. We have true north. So this can become confusing. But what we want to do, we're going to keep it simple, and we're going to work on one north, and that's going to be magnetic north. There are elements in the ground and that attract a magnet. They attract a compass needle. What you do is on a compass needle, they've got a little small magnet in there, and that magnet is attracted by these elements in the ground. And we call those magnetic fields. A magnetic field. The magnetic field varies from place to place. Varies. You know what varies means? It's different. It changes. Some places it's exactly true north. Other places it's 10 or 12 degrees east of north, and it varies. And in very precise, what does precise mean? Precise means very close, real close, precision. In very precise navigation, we need to account for this magnetic variation. But we don't get that. And not here, not now. Well, that's not that big a deal. So, sooner or later, you'll be exposed to that. So what we're going to do is we're going to deal with magnetic north and just kind of disregard these other norths. All right. You've seen what it's like in the cockpit of a 172. You've all been in the simulator room, and you've been on the machine, on the simulator, on the desktops, and it's tight. So, get your chart. This is a chart. Get this thing and unfold it. Can you imagine what that's like in 172? Huh? Using your chart in an airplane is really a challenge. It's a challenge. Okay? On that chart, as you can see, there are two sides. Use the side that's got the most green on it. The other side has a lot of blue. Blue is the water. The green is the land. That's what that is. All right? What do all of those things on your chart mean? If you look in this corner right here, here's a very well-defined feature. See this right here? Up on the top of it right here, that explains everything on this chart. Everything. Does that mean you have to know that? No. I'm not interested in trying to get your head full of all of that stuff. It takes me about 6 hours to teach somebody how to use one of these charts proficiently. So, proficiently. What does proficiently mean? Talk to me. Professionally, it's not. Proficiently means good, well. You have a command of the setting. Okay? So, you can proficiently eat a pizza. And you probably very proficiently don't eat broccoli. Not sure. But, you like broccoli? Me, you both. How about you? You like broccoli? Wow. How about you like ice cream too? Huh? Ice cream is good. Good stuff. Okay. On this chart, you'll see red circles. Now, I say red because that's the color that you can understand, but that is really not red. It's what we call magenta. Magenta. That's a magenta circle. If you will look somewhere near the center of this chart, right here, you see that blue dot right there? What does that say right there? Pensacola what? INTL means it's short for international. Pensacola International is what that is. See there? Pensacola International. And right next to it is the letters E and S. See there? Pensacola International. And then in parentheses, you know what parentheses are? Huh? You know what parentheses are? Is that a familiar term? Okay. In parentheses are the letters T and S. Okay. Let's say you and I were talking on the radio. Alright? And I wanted to tell you where I am. You asked me on the radio, where are you? And I'm at the Pensacola International Airport. And I say to you, Pensacola International Airport. That takes up quite a bit of radio time. And if people are real busy on the radio, and there's a lot going on the radio, and it's difficult to understand, why don't we just say the 3-letter identifier for that particular airport is P and S. Why don't we just say P and S? That shortens it. Aviators understand what that means, so that means P and S. But Radios have a lot of static. Sometimes the reception is not good. Reception. What does reception mean? You know what reception means? Signal, yeah, good. It doesn't come in real clear, so it can be confusing. So we have what we call a phonetic alphabet. Phonetic. Phonics means, you've probably heard the term phonics in school. Phonics means sounding out a word. Sounding it out. Like I see a new word in a book I'm reading, I don't understand what it means, I sound it out. And that way I can get a better understanding of it, I can look it up in a dictionary, or I can ask somebody, hey, what is this? And if you got to spell something, you sound it out. So, the phonetic alphabet, we use the phonetic alphabet in aviation and the military and in a lot of radio communication where people will know the letter we are talking about. So if we say P, G, B, E, T, those could be mistaken for one of the others. So if I were to say P, you could think I said E. So we use the phonetic alphabet for that. So for P, we use the word Papa. For G, we use the word golf. For E, we use the word echo. So we have a phonetic alphabet. So, if I were to tell somebody, if I wanted to tell somebody where I was, I could say Papa November Sierra, PNS. We have an international organization called International Aviation Organization. It's called ICAO, I-C-A-O, ICAO. And this is the phonetic alphabet is standard throughout the aviation world. It's an ICAO term. It's developed by ICAO, or it's recognized by ICAO. And English is the language spoken in the aviation world, worldwide. All pilots, all controllers, everyone associated with aviation speaks English on the radio. In order to clarify certain letters and terms, we use the phonetic alphabet. Now, we've got the phonetic alphabet in a lot of publications. You can look it up on your phone. I can give you a piece of paper that's got it all written down there, or whatever. But I don't want to get you all worried about having to memorize a bunch of stuff right now. That's not the objective. So, in order for people to understand that a particular airport is located in a particular country, there is a letter in front of the three-letter identifier. For the United States, the letter is K. K, as in kilo. And the phonetic alphabet term for K is kilo. That's what that's all about. Kilo. So, if it's a recognized ICAO airport in the United States and it has customs capability, in other words, if you come into an airport and a customs official can meet you there and check your airplane and make sure everything is in good, and make sure you apply with the customs laws, a K is in front of the airport. So the proper term for a Pensacola three-letter identifier is KPNS, Kilo Papa November Sierra. A lot of times we just use Papa November Sierra because people know, generally the people we're talking to understand that it's a kilo anyway, so we drop that term. All right? That's what we do. Okay. If you look at that airport, look at that blue circle, and go over to the the left-hand side, over here, in the corner, up in the top left-hand corner, and you see a blue circle, you see a blue dot with an X in it, and you see a couple of blue outlines of an airport there. You see those? Put your finger on it. Attaboy. What's the one next to the blue dot say? What's the description of that? Right there. What does that say? You can't see it upside down.
Hard surface runway, 1,000 miles to 8,690
Hard surface runway. And it gives you a link. Okay. Why is it blue? What's it say down here? Yeah. Okay. If it's blue, right here. If it's blue, it has a tower. If it's a circle, it's less than 10,000 feet long. If it's a straight line, you see how some of them are shaped kind of like X's. See here? There are letters or numbers out there that will tell you how long that runway is, the longest runway. And that's on that chart. I don't want to push that too hard for you because there's a lot of stuff on this chart, a lot of stuff. And my main objective is not to teach you charts. My main objective is we want to get some lines drawn and do some navigation here and figure out how to get to some places. So, if you get your chart put somewhere on your table where you can put your pencil on it, on Pensacola Airport. Now, there is a highly paid government official that knows what airport you're going to use, and he's going to put the fold in the chart directly over that airport to give you a hard time. No, that's not true, but sometimes I think it is. So, if you put Pensacola, the fold is right on Pensacola. You see what I'm talking about? That makes sense? Now, it's right here. So if you fold it this way, you only got part of Pensacola. If you fold it this way, you don't have Pensacola at all. So the fold can be a problem. So you got to manage the fold. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, do is look straight to your left from Pensacola, and you're going to see a okay. All right. That there is a red or a magenta circle right here. See that? See that? Okay. This is the center of that compass. You follow me? Okay. Cool. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Will. You're a gentleman of Scotland. You see this right here? That's what I'm talking about. This right here tells you that this is a VOR navigational aid. A variable omnidirectional beacon is what this is. And it gives you, it sends out an impulse that tells your instrument in the airplane what radio you are on, or whether you are left or right of that radio. Okay? So, here's Pensacola. Here's the center of the softly VOR. Now, how do we know that's softly? Because somewhere in this cluttered up chart, here it is right here. VOR. You see VOR there? VOR softly. 108.8 November Uniform November. And the Morse code for November Uniform November is right there. That identifies that VOR. So what you can do is you can tune an instrument to that VOR, center the needle, or the omni-bearing selector, the OBS, center the needle, and it'll point to, and with a 2 indication, it'll point to that VOR. And you can fly that heading and it'll put you there. So, I want you to put your pencil point on the center of that VOR. Okay? Right here. What is that? That says Loxley. Right there. Put your pencil point on the Loxley. Right over here. See that right there? That says Loxley. Right on top. See there? Okay, I'm throwing you a curve here. Right there. See that Loxley? Okay. I want you to draw a line from the center of that VOR to that Loxley intersection. Okay? Draw that with your pencil. Draw a line from the center of the VOR See right here, Loxley? That's what we call an intersection. That intersection is made primarily for instrument flight rules. When you can't see, you need to know how to get to a place, and you need to be able to plot that. So, if you draw a line from here to that intersection, right here, and you don't have a straight edge, so just draw the best you can, and put that there, it's going to cross this circle. Where it crosses that compass rose, or that circle, that is the radial number that you're going to cross it. That is off of softly VOR. Okay?
Do a high level then too.
All right.
Do a high and low level.
Right here.
I'm sure.
There's your line. That's good. What's that number right there? Well, you got to figure. Here's 0 or 360. Here's 330. This has got to be 270. What's that? Yeah, I'm drawing that there. Thank you. So that's the radial off of the softly VOR to get you to Loxley intersection. Does that make any sense to you? Like if you're going to go to Walmart and you leave the house, you're either going to turn left or turn right somewhere to get there. You've got to know some kind of way to do that. That girl. Good job. What I'm interested in is determining what the number of that radial right there is. Now it's hard to see because there's so much information on these charts, it's cluttered up, it's hard to see. So you've got to find something that you really understand and count tick marks from there. In other words, what I need to do is I need to come right through here, right along in here, right there where it says Elsinore PVT, right about there, and figure out what that is. Well, if this is 330, this has got to be 320. This is got to be 310. Make sense? Alright, so I'm going to say, and make a guess, that if we track the softly 310 degree radial outbound, we're going to hit Loxley intersection. How far away? Okay. Take your logbook, pilot logbook there, and put the edge or run it right across your line and draw a tick mark with your writing instrument at each spot. See there? Okay. Attaboy. Good job. Intersection right there. Okay, make a tick mark. Right here, and right there. Now that's the distance. What is that distance? I'm going to show you. Okay. Right there. Right there. Due to the design of the chart, the scale is on the other side. So now what you got to do is turn the chart over. Turn it over. chart there, or you've got a scale that gives you a distance. And you go all the way over to the left-hand side of that scale. Here. Okay. And you will see it's in nautical miles, statute miles, and kilometers. We want nautical miles. All right? Take your tick mark and put it on 0 and the other end of the tick mark. And what does it fall on? What? 30 miles. Aren't you hot stuff? Pretty cool. Make sense? Okay, we take this. This is a very short, quick overview of how you can find things on these charts and how you measure the distance and how you measure the direction. And like I said, it takes me generally 6 hours or 6 sessions to get somebody where they're fairly proficient at using these charts. Now we've been talking about, I don't know, 20 minutes, and now you're an expert. How's it feel to be an expert? Pretty cool. Okay. So, on the VOR, you got a YouTube VOR on this thing that you use? I got one on mine.
You like a video?
Yeah. Well, something basically that it shows.
Oh, okay.
Try that.
This,
Yeah.
Did your chef's knife do this? This handcrafted Japanese knife is not a toy.
Where'd you know that? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. The VOR can be extremely confusing. I want to go ahead and stop right now. Let's break for about 10 minutes. I've got 10 minutes to 12, or 20 minutes to 12. Let's come back in here at 10 minutes to 12, and we'll pick it up from there and get into this VOR thing. I would like to be able to expose you, not make you proficient, not make you an expert, but expose you to the VOR and the simulator today. Give you some idea of how it works and how you can use that. Fortunately, the VOR has been, and it's almost completely, replaced by the GPS, which is good stuff. The GPS is a big deal. Okay. Any questions? Anybody got anything to say about what we've talked about? Anything at all? Charts are cumbersome, especially inside a small airplane. It's hard to use. Okay. Get up, go outside, wander around, move around, get the blood flowing, be back in here at, well, let's make it 5 minutes. 5 minutes. As you can see, let's turn the chart back over where we've got most of the green. Back to Pensacola. And it's oriented the wrong way, it's upside down, turn it around. Things don't cooperate, they never do. If you look, let's go back to Pensacola. Put your finger on Pensacola. All right. There it is, a description. That guy, the fold guy got you. There is a description of the Pensacola Airport in a blue box and somewhere close to Pensacola. Put your finger on that description. Okay? All right. If you come down from that blue box, you're going to see a magenta number that says 42. And then there's a slash or a straight line, and then SFC, Sierra Foxtrot Charlie, SFC, that means service. Right there. See there? And it is the color of magenta. That magenta circle is what we call Class C airspace, Class Charter. Class C airspace has certain regulatory requirements that you have to do to get into Class C airspace. I don't want to get into airspace. That's another subject. It takes 10 hours to teach. So, that's what that 42, now the 42 tells you that 4,200 feet above the surface is the ceiling of Class C airspace. And then below that line where it says SFC surface, that is the bottom of Class C airspace, the surface. So from the surface up to 4,200 feet, inside that magenta circle is Class C airspace. So if you are in that airspace, you have to abide by certain rules. Those rules are explained. That means you must have positive identification, you must have radio communication, you must have an encoding altimeter, you must have a transponder, and you must talk on the radio with the controller to be there. And if you don't have those things, you can't be there. That's what that means. And I'm sure you're going to memorize all of that. Absolutely, right? Instant recall. Yeah, okay. Well, they took me months to figure it out, so I don't expect you to get it right away. All right. Now, there's a lot of information there. If you come below that 42 SFC and you see Pensacola International, parenthesis PNS, written, you see that? Talk to me. You got it? Underneath that, you see the numbers, 119.9. You see that? 119.9. You got that right there? 119.9. That is the controlled radio frequency to talk to the people that control that airport, and that is the Pensacola Tower. That's what that frequency is, 119.0, 119.9. Okay, you come to the right of that, and there is a C that's in a blue circle. The letter Charlotte. Go over to your legend description and tell me what that means. That means that that's the common traffic advisory frequency. If you look up here, you can see that. Well, yeah, there it is, right there. See there? All right. Come to the right of that, and you see some more numbers. 121.25. You see those? That is the automatic transcribed information, so that tells you where the airport weather is. It comes at 53 minutes past the hour, which is 7 minutes before the next hour, and it's continuously transcribed over 121.25, and it gives you the time, it gives you the wind direction, the wind velocity, it gives you the temperature and dew point, gives you the ceiling, and what is the obscuration, what does that mean? What is it? Is it clouds or a quick weather, and also the active runway, and it gives you a number or a letter. So it starts off with A, Alpha, B, Bravo, C, Charlie. And every hour that number changes, or that letter changes. And it gives you that information. So everything you need to fly into this airport is on that chart. Right there. All you got to do is figure out how to find it and know what it means. That's what it's all about. Okay. What we want to do is go, now put your finger on the blue airport. We want to go from there to the Softly VOR. Take your finger over the Softly VOR. Right there. Now, run your finger across that line till you get to the Loxley intersection. if the wind is blowing from the north to the south. Pretty strong. And we are flying along, and we are on a 310 degree heading, and we're looking out the window, and we see that we're drifting a little bit to the left. What do you think? We got a strong wind blowing. We know we have a strong wind blowing because we check the weather. And we can pull up that 121.25 and listen to what the winds are in Pensacola. And it'll tell us. So, that means if the wind is blowing us to the south, the winds are from the north, the winds are blowing us towards the south or our left, we got to figure out how to get back up there on course. Does that make sense? Okay. So if you're walking from here to the tree over there and the winds are blowing real hard, you may have to point into the wind a little bit to get to the tree. That's pretty hard wind, but you know, recently, like a couple of days, yeah. Okay. How about that? All right. The VOR will tell you those things. All right. So, what we're going to do is start this thing, and I'm going to ask Mr. Bill to stop it periodically at spots, and I'm going to run my mouth a little bit, which I'm quite proficient at. So, fire it up, Bill.
And lovely greetings from the Ottersburg VOR close to Munich Airport. Today's video is very much addressed to our flight students as we'll be looking at the question.
This is what the VOR antenna looks like. That's it. That's what it looks like. It's a circle. Now, if you had to make a wild guess, looking at this circle, what would that thing sticking up there tell you? Just make a wild guess. What do you think? What do you think? What does this mean? Why is this thing sticking up here? Everything we do in navigation centers off of north, right? We start with north. So it's probably a good assumption that this is north. Each one of these are tens of degrees. So, we got 360, 090, 180, 270, back to 360. By that, make sense? Each one of those radials, a radial is around something associated with a circle around, and each one of those radials has its own name or number, and the number of degrees that it is its name. So this radial right here is a 075. Or, I'm sorry, 070. We number these radials to within 10 degrees. Okay. What we want to know is where we are in relation to this big circle. So, we turn on our VOR and it's going to tell us. Alright,
What is a VOR? How does it work? And what a VOR has to do with a lighthouse. You'll need pen and paper for this one, so let's get started.
7236 to the ground, shift your right, go around, wow, offshore vector. Also, vector, keep your right, 236.
Today's video is brought to you by Captain Joe Fanshaw, and an aviator and one of our great t-shirt designs. Click the link in the description box to get yours today. Happy shopping!
If you already know what a VOR is, etc., and you want to learn how to determine your position relative to the VOR, there's another video coming out next week. VOR stands for VHF, omnidirectional range. I know I have made it better. VHF stands for very high frequency, which makes a VOR only a short range radio navigation system. So in line of sight, VORs are only receivable from 25 nautical miles up to 140 nautical miles usable radius. And line of sight meaning if there's a mountain between you and the VOR, you will not receive a reliable signal even though you are within the station range. Omnidirectional comes from the Latin word omni, which means all or every direction, meaning the VOR sends out 360 lines, let's call them lines for now, which can...
Okay. 360 or 0 is north. 180. So, if this is north and this is south, what is west? What's the number for west?
Come on, guys. You know that.
Attaboy. 270. By that? What does that mean? Okay. And the other one is 090. Okay.
can be picked up by a VOR receiver. And in today's video, we'll use a CDI, a coarse deviation indicator with an OBS, a omni bearing selector, which is very common in your standard.
Okay. No, that's fine. Whenever we use a VOR, we must use it in conjunction with the directional gyro, the DG, or the compass. The compass, the wet compass, is not controlled by any aircraft system. It's just up there by itself. It works. Consequently, it's subjective. It can be inaccurate due to turbulence. You can slop around. It's really not super accurate. Wet compass. The directional gyro, DG, directional gyro. You know what a gyro is? A gyro is something, it's a wheel, and you turn and the center of that wheel rotates on an axle. And you turn that wheel. It's like taking your bicycle, turn it over on its seat and its handlebars, and pedaling it. And that back wheel is turning. It's getting it on. Okay. It has a tendency to remain upright. It will stay upright because the force turning that gyro holds it up. That's what the gyro does. So, this has a gyro in it that has it, and it right here is pointing to the north. That's an N. Okay? This is the VOR indicator. You can take the omni-bearing selector, OBS, turn this little knob, and that will cause this thing to turn. Okay? I'm sorry. That will move this. Yes, that will cause this thing to turn. You can turn it. You can put the omni-bearing selector on the same heading as that. So that's on what? Can you see that? What's that? What's that on? How about north? That's on north. It's hard to see. How about? This is a little bit to the right. So if I turn this and match it up with that, the electronics inside this radio will center this needle. And it will give me either a to or from indication. TO, to, FR, from. So those three things have to work with each other to get this thing to give you the information you're looking for. So if my heading is 015, if my heading is 015, which it's not, here's my heading. But I'm telling the instrument, if my heading is 015, my course is to my left. That means you've got it set on north. North is to the left of 015. So that way you can correct and turn towards the needle. I've got a 2 indication, and when this needle centers up, this ought to match that with a 2 indication. Now you think that won't get you in trouble? It can become very confusing. Very confusing. The key to that, what you must remember, is always, always, always use these 3 together. DG, directional gyro, omni-bearing selector, this thing here, to from indication. You can't just look at one of them. You've got to use all 3 of them together. Analyze the 3 of them. If this were turned around 180 degrees, I'd get a from indication, and this would be over here. So, it can be very confusing. When we get in the simulator and do it, it's going to get you turned around. You can look outside the window and try to figure out what's going on. That'll work. But really look at that DG. Okay, here.
The assessment of patches, etc. Now on your VFR IFR chart, this big ring with the symbol in the middle indicates a VOR. It comes in 3 different types. Now this one represents just a VOR, like the Southampton VOR on the south coast of England. This here is a VOR DME, so a VOR with a distance measuring equipment showing you how far away you are from the tuned-in VOR, like this one right behind me. And last but not least, you have the VOR TACAN symbol. TACAN stands for Tactical Air Navigation. The most famous one in Germany is probably Tango VOR south of Stuttgart Airport. Next to the VOR symbol, you have this box. Now the top line states the name of the VOR. So the VOR you see in the background is Ottersberg, south of Munich Airport. Below that is the VOR frequency, which can only range between 108 megahertz and 117.95 megahertz with 50 kilohertz spacing. So Ottersberg would be 112.3 megahertz. Then you have the 3-letter VOR identifier, OTT, and next to that the Morse code, which is transmitted on the same frequency. So for Ottersberg VOR, it would sound like this. Now in the right-hand corner of the box, you sometimes see either a T, an A, or an H. These are different types of weather broadcasting facilities you can receive on the VOR frequency. This can be very helpful as the VOR is receivable at greater distances than most ATC frequencies. That's why you often see the voice button or tuning knob on the radio navigation.
Do you want to do more than just...
Now, depending on which app or chart you're using, the presentation of the VOR can vary a little. For example, ForeFlight doesn't have the box next to the VOR, but if you tap the station, you get all the important information you need. Jefferson uses different symbol on the approach and departure charts. For example, the little D in the left-hand corner indicates a VOR with B and E. So you see there are differences in presentation, but any accurate chart comes with a legend which helps to clarify. Now, a common question by the FAA, are VORs aligned towards true north or magnetic north? Magnetic north. As you can clearly see on the compass rose around the VOR, if a VOR would point towards true north, it would always point in the same direction of the chart, as standard charts are orientated towards true north. But if you compare the Hay River VOR in northern Canada with a magnetic variation of 16 degrees and Ottersberg VOR with 3 degrees, you know VORs are aligned towards magnetic north. But actually the answer is both, because some of the VORs in the far north of Canada are aligned with true north, but that's a whole other video right there. Okay, let's take a look on how it actually works, and I'll try to explain this as easy as possible. Now, the principle is very similar to a lighthouse. A lighthouse has a rotating light inside, flashing a Morse code so the sailor can write it down and determine his whereabouts. Now, at the same time, some lighthouses shine red and green colors, warning the sailor to not enter those areas due to cliffs or similar nature. A VOR works very much the same. Now picture two light bulbs, one white shining in all directions and a red directional light rotating around the white light. Now once the red...
All right. The red light starts here and comes around like this. Okay? There's a stopwatch, basically, in this thing. When it starts, it's 0. As it comes around, the stopwatch is running. When it gets, if you are located at a certain point where it's pointing directly at you, that stopwatch number is the radial number. So, it's like it's pointing here, you go start, stop, start, stop. Now if that's 360, what's that? 90, right. So, 360, 90, what's that? 180. That's 270. So you're in one of those quadrants. Which quadrant are you in? It'll tell you on the gauge. It'll center that needle up and tell you if you're right on it or not. You can be coming across it, you can be tracking it in or out, you could be doing loops, whatever, but you're on that radio. If you're going down, or if you're going up New Warrington Road to Walmart, is that Walmart on New Warrington Road? What's that road there?
Navy Boulevard.
If you're on Navy Boulevard northbound, headed to Walmart, does it make any difference your location? You're located at a particular spot. You can be located at this traffic light out here by the fire station. Does your direction have anything to do with that? No. That's where you are. You are at, it's telling you, you are at a specific spot. Or you are on a specific radio. You don't know what spot you're on that radio. You don't know exactly where on that radio. You just know that you're on Navy Boulevard. That's where you are. You don't know where. You don't know whether you're next to the light, to the traffic light, or next to Walmart, or what. You don't know. You need more information from something else to tell you about that. Okay.
Light passes through magnetic north, the white light goes off for a second, then you start a timer and wait until you see the red light pass by and stop the timer again. Now if you know the rotation speed of the red light, let's say 60 seconds for 360 degrees, and you've just timed 20 seconds, that would mean 60 seconds equals 360 degrees, 20 seconds are how many degrees? 20 seconds times 360 degrees divided by 60 seconds equals 120 degrees. Piece of cake. Does that make sense? Obviously, if you want
You got that?
Everybody get that? Just, he was agreeing, just get what we do.
Okay.
the red light passes through magnetic north, the white light goes off for a second, then you start a timer and wait until you see the red light pass by and stop the timer again. Now if you know the rotation speed of the red light, let's say 60 seconds for 360 degrees, and you've just timed 20 seconds, that would mean 60 seconds equals 360 degrees, 20 seconds are how many degrees? 20 seconds times 360 degrees divided by 60 seconds equals 120 degrees.
A lighthouse. We got a lighthouse down in Pensacola Beach. You ever see that thing at the base? It's a big lighthouse thing. What they had back in the old days, when people were navigating, in their ships, trying to get to the entrance to Pensacola Harbor, that's where that lighthouse is. They didn't know where it was, they couldn't see it. They didn't have GPS. Compass was reliable. That was about it, but they didn't know exactly. So, they built a lighthouse. And this is the principle of the lighthouse. The light rotates 360 degrees. Okay? It rotates right around. That way, when the red light, or when the white light comes, they start the watch, and when the red light hits you, they stop the watch. How many seconds is it from when you started it to you stopped it? His example here is 20 seconds. Okay? So, you multiply that by 360 and divide it by 60, and then you come up with 120 degrees. 120 degrees is what you come up with. That's the principle of a lighthouse. But now that we've got Loran systems, VOR systems, GPS has revolutionized the world. I mean, GPS is amazing. Now that we've got GPS, we don't need all that. That's old technology.
You guys got your books with the y'all bring your tablets with you. Okay. Write that down. Write that little formula down right there.
60 seconds equals 360 degrees. It takes that light, that red beam, 60 seconds to come all the way around. Okay? If you start your watch when the white light comes around and stop it when the red light hits you, and that's 20 seconds. How many degrees?
Make sure you write that down, just like it is, okay? Write that whole thing down in your tablet, just like it is. And there's a method to my madness, believe me. I'll tell you why in a second.
Hey,
finish writing down, let me know. Yeah, come on, man, this has to do it. Just write it down, just like you see it. 60 seconds equals 360 degrees, 20 seconds equals question mark.
Can you see that?
Okay,
Can you see that?
draw a line, 20 seconds
You wear glasses?
times 360 degrees.
You're ready, eyes check.
60 seconds, each 60 seconds divided, make sure you put it on there to indicate that that is divided by 60 seconds, okay? Okay, why am I having you write this down? Huh? Yeah, and for a second, another reason. Another reason. How many of your friends know that? How many of your teachers know this? You got in class and you explain this to your teacher. Guess what you just done? You just impressed the hell out of them. How? What 12-year-old do you know that knows this? Okay, yeah, but how many other 12-year-olds besides you and her and him know that? Well, you're not 12. Okay? That's the purpose of us starting this school. That you learn stuff like this. Now, I mean, I know nothing about flight, but if you told me that crap right there, I would be impressed. This man just taught you something crap, because I was impressed with it a second ago. I knew how to do it, but, you know, I was impressed with the way he taught you to do it. Use that video. Okay? So remember that little formula.
Okay. Yeah.
Piece of text. Does that make sense? Obviously, a VOR doesn't emit any light, and you are not sitting there with a stopwatch, but your VOR receiver does that for you and projects that onto your CDI. So in our example, you are on a so-called radial 120. Now, what is a radial? Think of a VOR as a navigational device that's radiating 360 lines out of it. So whenever your instructor or ATC guide says, fly radial 220, you immediately know you have to fly away from the station. So say to yourself, he wants me to fly radial 220 Kempton VOR, so I have to radiate away from it. You can also think of it, each radial to be an individual laser beam emitting a line on the ground away from the VOR.
Drone pilots love to skip the most crucial steps. Ignore the
Spokes in the wheel. It's a bicycle wheel. Bicycle wheels have spokes. Each spoke, you understand it? You know what I'm talking about, spoke. It's that wire thing that holds the wheels together. Make sense? Okay. You know that each spoke has a name or a number, and that's it. If you are on that spoke, that's important. You need to know where you are. Okay, go ahead.
A CDI, what can it do for me? Now, the CDI is a course deviation indicator and most common in smaller general aviation airplanes. So let's take a closer look at this instrument. To the left or the right of the instrument, you have the OBS knob, the so-called omni-veering selector. Now, this enables you to turn or dial the requested radial you're supposed to fly or determine your location relative to the VOR by rotating the outer ring of the CDI. More on that on the next video though. In the middle, you have the CDI, the course deviation indicator, better known as the needle, which is hinged at the top of the instrument. Now think of the needle as an imaginary center line on a highway or a radial you have to follow. So if you were to be on the right side of the highway center line, your needle is to the left. So if you move towards the left, you approach the center of the highway, the needle moves to the center of the instrument. Now you are tracking along a radial. But if you continue to left past the center, the needle would move past the center and move towards the right side. So you would have to go to the right again. Does that make sense? So in flight, you navigate a radial by keeping the needle in the center, and if it moves to one side, you move towards it. So remember, fly towards the needle. But there's a little more to it if you, for example, fly towards the VOR and the OBS is set up incorrectly and you get reverse sensing. But more about that in the next video, where I also will show you how to determine your position relative to the VOR and how to intercept VOR radials and other VOR-related maneuvers. But sadly, the era of the VORs is very slowly coming to an end. As the global positioning system, GPS, gets more and more accurate for en route navigation and reliable enough even for approach procedures. But the DFS, the Deutsche Flugsicherung, aka the German Flight Safety, are spending a lot of money on maintaining and upgrading VOR. So for example, the VOR in the background used to be called the Munich VOR, Mike Uniform November, but it was slightly outdated older VOR equipment and was recently updated to a more modern Doppler VOR. And more importantly, everyone is so dependent on GPS nowadays. Do you know who owns those 31 satellites? If that country decides to flick the switch and shut it all down, you better know how to navigate along a VOR radio. For more about that in the next video. A big thank you to the DFS for allowing me to fly with my drone over your VORs. I really, really appreciate the contact we've had and getting the permission for it. Thank you very much, you guys. That's it for today. Here's your checklist for today. Subscribe to the channel, check. Activate the notification bell, check. Follow my Instagram account, check. And don't forget
The GPS. Guys, I can tell you how dependent our country is on GPS. You see guys digging in the roads out here. You see guys with bulldozers. Those two antenna things on the front of the blade, those are GPS antennas. That goes to a satellite, and that tells the blade how deep it is, and that tells it if it's going in the right track. The truck driver, the guy delivering from Amazon, he's tracked by GPS. He finds your address by GPS. Farmers planting peanuts. Plant the peanuts by GPS. The GPS tells them whether the road is straight or not. The GPS is unbelievably, we are extremely dependent upon that satellite array. Array is a group of something. A-R-A-Y. Array. Array is a group of something. There's a group of satellites tracking around the world. That's an array of satellites. That array is put up there and maintained by the United States and several other countries. Primarily the United States. What happens if that array shuts down? All of these things that are governed by GPS stop. Airplanes, GPS. Boats, GPS. Everything. GPS is really involved in it. So you need to understand the GPS. And all it does is draw a line from wherever you want to go, or to wherever you want to go, from where you are. It's a big deal. A really big deal. Did he go get food?
Yeah.
Okay. Questions? Anybody got any questions? I don't expect you to really thoroughly understand this stuff. We're trying to introduce you to it. We're trying to get you to just think about it and take a look at it. And when we get in the sim after lunch, we're going to start using some of this stuff and see how that works. Why are we teaching you the VOR? If you understand the VOR, it's going to help you understand basic navigation principles in the GPS and an ADF, automatic direction finder, and a lighthouse, and different things. Any comments? Anything you want to say? Okay.
Just got one thing before you guys. Okay. One thing that I want you guys to do while you're here, when they ask you a question about whether you understand something, whether you're getting something, whether you like or dislike something, we need your honesty. Your honesty helps us to understand what we need to be teaching. What we need to be teaching kids who are going to come behind you. This is not the typical, we're not just in Little Running and what's the other rapper's name? All that screaming and hollering and calling folks all kind of different names. The only thing, like he said, we're trying to introduce you to aviation. We're not trying to make pilots out of you. We're not qualified to do that. Well, he is, but I'm not. Okay? Even though I don't have a pilot's license, I can fly an airplane. Ain't no big deal. But we need your complete honesty. You don't like something, we ask if you like it, tell us. You're not hurting our feelings. We want to know if you dislike or like something for the purpose of knowing if we need to get something else in there to replace what we're doing now. You understand what I'm saying? But your input on this helps us to make this a better thing, a better school. Okay? That's why we take our, it's not like telling kids to go to school and do that. We don't get paid for this. We volunteer for this. But Mr. Navarro will get ahead of us over there. After this, we'll get the simulator, we'll put the practice what we done.
Change location, put you at the gate. Let's go. Because you're kind of close. Let's do gate 5. Start new flight. All right, man. And we're our airport dude. Airport tour.
All systems ready for departure.
Dead, calling skip, recording skip.
Really?
Yep.
Huh.
They're still shooting off that COVID crap.
Oh, I got you. Oh, that's why. Okay. What's up? Okay. Go ahead and switch to ground 121.90 on your radio stack. Alright. Here's your mic. Put it on your collar. You're gonna have to talk kind of loud because that mic, it has to hear you. Okay, go ahead and get ready to press your red button. We're going to say ground. Cessna November 172 request taxi to Runway.
Ground Cessna November 172 request taxi to Runway.
Do it again.
Ground Cessna November 172 request taxi to Runway.
Okay. Yeah. I just did this in my way. Ground November Cessna 172 request taxi to Runway.
Cessna 172 taxi to runway 08 via taxiways Delta 3, Bravo 3, Bravo 1, hold short runway 26, and runway 17, and runway 08.
Now, you gotta read all that right there. You gotta hold that button and read all that back. Okay? You gotta be loud though. Only hold your red button. Read all that back, man.
Taxi to runway 08 via taxiways Delta 3, Bravo 3, Bravo 1, hold short runway 26, and runway 17, and runway 08, Cessna 172.
That's it. Okay, she didn't say nothing. So, this is what we want to do. We got a taxi to runway 08, right?
08, where we at?
Okay. We're gonna taxi. Really, what you all want to do is go to that taxiway there and just go all the way up. You're gonna be doing everything what he just said right here. So go straight. Come on, get the brake off. Okay. Remember, you steer with your feet, man. Don't worry about your hands. Your hands are worthless right now.
Approaching 3 mile.
So what we're gonna do? We're gonna take off. We're gonna do a
What's that?
traffic. I don't know why he's taking off. That's a I can't get 350 too. What we're gonna do? We're gonna take off, do a left pattern, and then we're gonna come in the same way we took off. We're gonna tell them we're inbound. Call tower, tell them we're coming inbound for landing. See if it'll work.
9,100 feet. 200 feet. 300 feet. 400 feet. 600 feet.
9.90. We're on tower already. Let's see if this is going to work. See, what I wanted to do is have you do touch and goes, what do you call patterns. And when you do patterns, you'll take off. When you get midfield, you tell tower Cessna November 172 is midfield. And then when you get into your base, you let them know where you're at. Then final, you gotta let them know where you're at. But this thing won't allow you to do that kind of stuff. So I'm trying to do something different. Okay, man. Go to your left. You're gonna come in on the left. Left down. Left downward. Maximum cruise speed is, I believe, 150 knots. So she's wrong. Also, the flaps are wrong too. You can extend your flaps at 100 knots.
Cruise speed reached.
Let's go delete that file.
Warning. Maximum cruise speed reached.
Okay, let's see what he's going to say. We get midfield. I'm going to see if this will work. When I say midfield, what am I saying? Look at the field over there. Getting near midfield, center. And that's what it means when you say you're midfield. Because typically a lot of times when you land, the tower will tell you when you get midfield to let them know that you're there. You say it says in November 172 is midfield. Put it there, red button. Tower says in November 172 is midfield.
Cessna 172, this is tower, go ahead.
Tower says in November 172 is midfield. Okay. He doesn't know what I'm doing. So that's cool. That's cool. Let's bring this up. What leg are we coming up on?
Ace.
There you go.
Flight 1,000 feet.
Go hit that button. Tower, November 172 is inbound, runway 35.
Aircraft calling tower, say again with your call sign.
Speed for flat.
Tower, November 172 is inbound, runway 35.
November 172, this is Pensacola Tower on 119.9er, please repeat your request.
Tower, November 172 is inbound. Yeah. You gotta do a flight plan with this thing, shoot. It ain't gonna work. Alright, man, you're doing good. Now, which leg you on now?
Base leg.
Still on base? Okay. Doing good. Bring her on in.
Flight 1,000 feet.
40 knots, man? I see what you're doing. You're trying to sell, yeah.
Height 100 feet.
It's coming on in.
Height 50 feet.
You're right at the tip of stalling.
Height 25 feet. Height 10 feet.
Bam, take that thing up again, man. This time do a right pattern.
Height 100 feet. Height 200 feet. Height 300 feet. Height 400 feet. Height 500 feet. Height 600 feet.
I was wondering why he's traveling, your airspeed was so low. You got your flaps all the way down.
Height 800 feet. Warning. Angle of attack too high.
And which runway we're coming in on?
35.
That's it. We get down on runway 35, we're gonna try this pilot's ATC thing again. We're gonna call for departure on 35. Man, you got these landings down, man. I think when you get in a real plane, you're not going to have any issues.
Maybe.
I don't think so, really. The only difference between this and a real plane, I'm being honest with you, you're going to feel the bouncing around, the movement. But everything's the same. The sticks, the rudder pedals, you just don't bounce around, that's all. I had a guy in the Navy that came to my house. I got the simulator at my house, and he was having issues doing touch and goes at Foley. Came to my house, practiced all night, went back, he passed. It's the same thing. It's nothing different. So this thing works really good when you like do a flight plan. Visual, man, it's, I don't know, it's just weird. At least on this one anyway.
Let's get this back.
Oh, dude. Yeah, towards Street 5, right? Okay. Yeah, matter of fact, Brandon, when you land, I'm gonna put them on.
Let's put Mariah on there.
Yeah.
See what she does. Yeah.
I'm gonna start out at the gate. I'm gonna get this. We gonna get this. I have no problem in my house, man. Just this one here, I don't know what it is. I had to cut the engine down too, the engine volume. I think that was a problem.
I had her.
Because he was talking, they just wasn't hearing him when I took it over. You know.
Yeah, that's one problem I don't have in my pilot ATC. I never have a problem with the hearing.
Is that right?
Sometimes I'm standing and I think I need to go through that training again.
Yeah, I should have said departure. On mine, I always say, you know, they get it. But you're proper, man, it's departure. Yeah.
Maximum cruise speed reached.
Holding short.
Max speed for flaps reached. Warning. Speed for flaps too high.
All right, man.
High 800 feet.
Your name is Mariah? Okay, that's easy to remember. Mariah Carey, okay. What's your name again, young man? Isaiah. I keep seeing your name on the paper. I don't know why I can't. Okay, Mariah Carey and the Bible. Isaiah.
600 feet. High 500 option. High 400 feet.
Yeah. Butter, like your dad said, bring that thing on that butter. I was telling Brandon, he ain't gonna have no problem when he gets in that real plane. This is it. The only difference is you don't feel the motion. That's the only
High
difference.
200 feet.
Oh man. I bring mine down here, but I ain't hear you.
High 100 feet.
You got full flaps too.
50 feet.
40 knots, 45 knots.
High 25 feet. 10 feet.
Man, perfect, man. Landed on the rear two wheels, too. That's good, man. Perfect.
Good job, brother.
All right, so you can stop, go ahead and stop it. We don't want it running down the... There you go, hit that. All right, Miss Mariah, get on in there. I'm gonna go ahead and put her at the gate, man. I'm gonna put her at the gate. See how...
All right, Mariah, remember on that taxi, smooth on the pedal, okay?
You want to do? I was gonna just let her go. We'll let her take off. Okay.
Put it at the gate.
Well, we'll let her take off.
Taxi out.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. What we gonna do, Miss Mariah? We're gonna have you talking to the controller, and they gonna talk back to you. But I'm gonna tell you what to say, okay? All right. It's fun. Don't be shy, because I mess up on this thing. It's all fun, believe me. Let's see, we're at KPNS. We're gonna go to, let's see, let's go down, cargo. Okay. Is Pilot ACT still on?
Checklist completed.
Okay, we're at KPNS. Enter. Go ahead. Switch that over. Just push it. Okay, it's still working. Okay. Now, this is what we're going to do. See where it says 121.90? That's the frequency for the ground radio. So we want to talk to the ground people to get permission to taxi out to the runway. So we got 121.90 right there. It's already dialed in. Press that in. Now we just switch it over. Now we're active. So we're fixing to talk to the ground people. And what we're going to say is, ground, Cessna, November 172, request taxi to runway. Am I correct, Bill? Okay.
Correct. Request taxi.
Okay. Go ahead and you can pin this here on your t-shirt. I want to get the correct terminology. When I'm in my house, man, you know, it's leisurely. Okay.
You have to go through that voice training, that's what we'll have to do.
Yeah. Press that red button and say, ground, Cessna, November 172. Request taxi to runway. Okay, one more time, a little louder. One more time.
Once you see it, let the button go.
Ground, Cessna, November 172.
Ground, Cessna, November 172.
Ground. No, you gotta hold it. No buttons. Hold it. Ground, Cessna, November 172.
Ground, Cessna, November 172.
Request taxi to runway.
Request taxi to runway.
Let go. Okay, let me see. Wait, let me see the microphone. It's funny sometimes. Okay, go ahead and press that red button. Ground, Cessna, November 172, request taxi to runway. Press it again. Ground, Cessna, November 172, request taxi to runway.
Cessna 172, have a good morning. Frequency change approved. November 172
Man, screw, we ain't
taxi to
messing with
runway
this, man.
35 via taxiways Alpha 5.
Okay.
Alpha. Hold short runway 08 and runway 35.
Okay. So now I gotta read this
November
back.
172 taxi to runway 35 via taxiways Alpha 5. Alpha. Hold short runway 08 and runway 35.
I know what she did. She was still on the last flight. Okay, push that red button down.
Yeah, that's what
Gotta
it
read
was.
this back.
Yeah, you reset it.
Taxi to runway 35 via taxiways Alpha 5 Alpha, hold short runway 08 and runway 35 Cessna 172. You let go. Okay, what we did, we request permission to taxi to the runway. She's giving us permission to taxi. She's telling us how to get there. We got to taxi to runway 35. And we got to go to these taxiways up here. Make it.
Once she answers it, let her read it back off of that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. That's just what I did. I read it off of here. I'll let you do it the next. The reason I let, hey, I didn't let her do it this time. Her voice was kind of low. Yeah. All right, so Miss Mariah, what we gonna do is runway 35. That's where we gotta go. We gotta go to 35 via taxiways Alpha. These are Alphas right here. So we gotta get on this taxiway, come all the way down to 35. So we just gotta turn the plane around. Give some gas. Remember, you steer with your feet. Are you comfortable right there?
What button did you press to look at different views of the airplane on the
Hold
keyboard?
on. Hold on. Push your right foot in on the pedals. I think you're kind of close. You need to scoot back a little bit. Hold on. Scoot the chair back. There. Okay. Now push your right foot in. Steer to the right. Steer. There you go. More. And give a little bit of gas. A little bit of gas. Okay, you might be holding the brake. Let's see here. There you go. All right, all right. Okay, pull back on the throttle a little bit. We're going to taxi into the throttle, that black thing. There you go. There you go. Okay, we want to go. All right. Push your feet forward. Your right foot. There you go.
All right, folks, we've been cleared for takeoff.
Go down. Slow down. Slow down. There you go. You're going the right way. You're going the right way. You're going the right way. Now go right. Up us. Go left. You're right. See where we're going? Go to 35. Stay on this right here. Keep going straight. Keep going straight. Slow down. Keep it in the center on the pavement. Relax. You're doing good. Just keep straight all the way down. We got a long way to go. We're taxiing to runway 35. Keep on straight.
Cessna 172 cleared to cross runway 26.
Push that red button in. Clear to cross runway 26. Cessna November 72. Okay, let go. Go on. Keep going straight. Keep going straight. Keep going straight. Stay on the pavement. Ooh, there goes the plane. Okay. Now. This would be like easy to understand how this stuff works, right? Okay, we're almost getting there. When we get almost to runway 35, she's going to tell us to switch over to tower. She should anyway. Tower frequency is 119.9. We've already got it down here. Get ready to pull your power down just a little bit. She won't tell you that. There you go, right about there. She won't tell you that. Switch over. Good. Any second now. Get a little bit more gas. Just a little bit. That's good. She should be coming on any second. Telling us to switch over. Probably won't get up to that little curve there. Just make her so long. Yeah, go ahead and keep going. Push your left foot in there. Yellow line, you got to stop. Push your feet forward. There you go. All right. Switch over to time. I don't know why she can tell us to switch over.
Approaching 3, 5.
Okay. Not yet. We want to tell Tower. Tower, Cessna, Runway. Tower says no. November 172 is holding short. Runway 35.
November 172 winds are calm, cleared for takeoff. Runway 35 squawk 1200.
Push that red button in. Read that back.
November 172.
Oh, this one right here. That yellow one. Go ahead.
Cleared for takeoff. Runway 35 squawking 1200. Cessna 172.
Cool. We got it. Okay. Now, cruise on out there. Give us a little bit of gas. A little bit of gas. We want to take off that way. You want to steer with your feet. I'm going to get this out your way. Oh, let's just take the brake off. Give some gas. There we go. Get rid of this so you can see. We don't mess with ATC too much. Turn. There you go. All right. Get it centered. You're doing good. You want one notch of flaps too. Remember that? Want to put your flaps down? There you go. One notch. There you go. All right. Give some gas. Keep it centered. All the way up. Push that gas all the way up. All the way. There you go. Keep it centered. Put it right. There you go. Put it right. Push right. There you go. You're doing good. We're at 60 knots. Pull back a little bit. There you go. There you go. All right, all right. Doing good, doing good. We're airborne. Okay, not too much, not too much. Push you down. Nose down. Go to your right, go to your right. Pull back, pull back. Pull back, relax, relax.
Option, taxiway. Option, taxiway. Right 200 feet.
Just forward a little bit.
Warning. Angle of attack too high. Height 400 feet.
Remember, you want that orange line on that white line, right there. Did Bill tell you how to trim it? Right here. Let me go to stick real quick. Let go. Get it level.
Height 600 feet.
We're level. Now, just go right a little bit. Left a little bit. Let's see. Where are we at right now? The plane will pretty much fly itself. Let's get our flaps up. And right there. Okay. Flying to the 108 softly VOR. Remember was in there talking about VORs last? Mr. Skip was talking about VORs. We're going to that one right there. So 108. I already dialed it in. Let's do this. Go ahead and dial in 108.80 on that right now. Do the first one, the next knob. No, doing it right now, but go farther. There's two layers. There you go. 108, and the second one, 0.80. Eight zero. Go to the right. You want 108.80. 10, 20. Keep on going. You get to 80. There you go, man. There you go. Okay. Now we want to make that active. Click that arrow. See those two arrows? There you go. Now we're going to make that active. And we're on the nav one. So, what we want to do now, that VOR is 268 degrees. So what we want to do is go ahead and take off.
All right, folks, we've been cleared for takeoff.
Remember, you don't stay with your hands on the ground. Remember, you stay with your feet. With your feet. We're getting to 60 knots. We're going to pull back. Just a little bit. Pull back a little bit. Now we're at 1. Okay. Go on, level off. Level off. Remember, level off. And remember, we trim. Okay. Let go and stick for a second. And we trim right here. I got to level with that little trim right there. Okay. So now we want to go 200. We want to go 275 degrees. Turn the plane. You got to turn around. Follow that arrow. It's going to show up here too. 276 degrees. You can look at it right there. You get to 277. Level out.
Height 600 feet.
Is everything level out, level out. Okay. Now, hold that. Keep that level. Keep that level. There you go. Now, we want to find the VOR. So we've got to dial. We've got to turn this. See what I'm turning this right here? This is the VR heading right here. I got to make that arrow go up. So I got to turn this, keep the plane straight and level. That little yellow triangle has got to turn up that way. That's what I'm turning it. Once it turns out, it should. 278.
Everything's takeoff, everything's
Come on now. Oh, no wonder. My GPS was. There you go. I screwed it up. There we go. There we go. All right. We're working now, baby. Okay, we're going away. We want that arrow to go up. Okay. Now, see it's pointing up. Now we want to get these two crosshairs to be just like that. So I got to keep turning it. Whoa. I didn't mean to do that. Bingo, right there. Okay, we're on the heading 30. So now you got to put this, your heading, same as that one. Same as that one. Get it the same as that one. Bingo, that's it, man. Now level off. You're going to hold that heading right there. About 296, that's about right. 296. That's where we're at. We're headed straight to that VOR. And we are approximately 4.4 nautical miles from that VOR. That's all the VOR is a map. It's a sign. It's a sign on the ground. Helps us get to our destination. When we get to that VOR, then we want to go to Mobile. We dial in the VOR for that VOR, and we head towards it, and we'll be in Mobile. It's just a sign. That's all it is. That's all it is. You can't visually see it, but it's there. That's all it is. So we're 3.7 nautical miles from that VOR. The closer you get to it, that line right here is going to start acting funny. So you got to kind of correct every now and then. So these two have to be the same. You're right on it. And we're 3.1 nautical miles from that VOR. Had a GPS, but I was wondering why that thing wouldn't work. I gotta put it in. Oop. Yeah. Now go ahead and dial right here. Like I said, the closer you get to it, it's gonna start acting funny. go ahead and turn that dial that way. Keep it. Turn that dial. Make that. Go ahead, turn it to your right. To the right. More. You want it straight up and down.
3,000 feet.
Right there. That's it. Now we're 2.5 nautical miles from that VOR. The closer you get, it's gonna start veering out. That's it, man. That's that. All that stuff he was talking out there, this is all he was talking about. It's VOR. Okay, let's head back to KPNS and land since you haven't had a lot of time on this thing. Turn back around. We came from where's KPNS? Right there. Right there. There's KPNS right there. This is you turn the plane around. We're gonna land it. Easy, bro. Easy, easy, easy. Easy. Your grandmother's one that brought you up here. Who brought you up here? Pretend your mama's in this seat. We done made it to the VR already. I'm gonna have to turn back around and head back to the airport because he didn't have
We have track outbound on 314.
314? Okay, get it. Do a heading,
Oh, you're already tracking back to the northeast.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's still coming.
Okay.
Just want to get him to land it.
Cool. That's the fun part.
Okay. We'll land on 08. Okay, we're 7 miles from the airport. Go ahead and pull your throttle back. I think the airport's straight ahead. Yeah, it should be. Okay. I'm gonna darken it a little bit so you can see it. There you go. You see it? Okay. Relax, man. Okay. We're at 6 nautical miles. You can come down some. At least get it down to 2,000. 2,000. You can read it here or you can read it there. We're at 3,500 and declining. What's our airspeed? The one up top to the left. What's it say? 80 knots? 90 knots? 90 knots, okay. That's good. Keep it centered. That's what you want to do. Keep it centered. Okay, we're getting pretty close. You need to bring our altitude down some. Pull back on the throttle a little bit. Pull down on the throttle a little bit. Power a little bit more. Pull down. More. We want the airplane to come down. That's it. It's coming down in the zone now. Let it come on down, man. Okay, we're 4 nautical miles from the airport. Give it some down trim.
Traffic.
Your left stick, your left hand. Push that thing forward. There you go. Push it forward. Push it forward. More. There you go. That's it. We're going to bring it down. Keep it centered. Bring it out some more. Some more. Get that nose down. We got to land on that runway. We can't land up there like this. We got to come down. About 2,000. That's good. it lined up with the runway. Get it on the runway. Over there, center. Now you want to start kind of turning with your yoke. Get it centered. Get it centered. Centered. Don't be afraid. When you start landing, that's when you got to start working that yoke. When you're in the air, nothing. When you're coming down, you got to get that thing centered. Go good. Okay, pull your collar down a little bit more. Good. One notch of flaps. Right hand. Pull down, knock that one, pull down. There you go. Trim down. Left stick. Left stick. There you go. Good, right there. Oh, listen what she's saying. She's wrong.
Speed for flaps too high.
She's wrong. Believe me, she is.
Speed for flaps too high.
It's 100.
Warning.
Okay. Keep it centered. A little bit more to the left. You want that center of that nose on that runway. We're at 1,000 feet. Get it down.
500 feet.
1 knock them on. Get it over, man. To the left, to the left. To the left.
Too high, too high.
All right. Trim it down. Trim it down. You gotta be quicker when you're landing.
Height 500 feet, unstable.
You're good. Let it come down. Trim it down some more.
Height 400 feet.
Okay. Good. Right there. That's good. Right there. Let it come on down. Get on the runway. Get on the runway.
Height
Okay.
200 feet.
Let it come on down. Let it come on
Height
down.
100 feet.
Go back and stick a little bit. Just a little bit.
Height 50 feet.
A little bit. Pull back a little bit. Pull back a little bit. Pull back a little bit.
Height 10 feet.
Okay, you got it down. You killed your nose gear, but you got it down. When you're coming back, when you fix the land, you got to pull back a little bit because you want to land on your rear wheels, not your front wheel. All that weight coming down on the front wheel, bam, you just bent your nose wheel. You got it down. Not bad. You've been going to work for a while, so hey, not bad, man. You got it down. Watch your feet. Push forward. You got to push the top leading edge. You got to put your feet on the whole thing. Then push forward like that. There you go. Okay, man. You're good. You're good. Got that VOR. That was the main thing. And you landed. You're good. Okay, we're going to the... Which VOR are we going to? I gotta get a chair. Shoot, hold on. Right there, all right. Okay, go ahead and hit back. At the bottom, hit back. To the left, all the way to the left, back. Back. No, back. See what it says B-A-C-K?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Back again. Hit nearest. All the way to your right, center, right center. Nearest. Okay. Hit VOR. Cool. We're going to be going to the softly VOR, N-U-N. Okay, what we're going to do, go ahead. No.
Oh, so then I wasn't supposed to press that?
Yeah. You put it in, well, yeah, we're going to do that anyway. What you did, you automatically put it in there, but I wanted you to dial it in. So what we're going to do, change this. Go ahead and dial in 108.80. The first one. Do the first knob, the first knob. No, not the first knob. There's two knobs there. Do the first one. There's two knobs on there. There's two knobs on there, trust me. There's one behind it. 108.80.
start skipping.
Go ahead. Turn it. 80. There you go, right there, you just passed 80. Okay, now switch that thing over. Hit the switch button. It's already in there, but right here. Switch it over. It's already in there. Okay. Sure this is right. Okay. 108.80. Switch it over. Okay, we're going to that VOR right here. Now what we want to do is get this thing airborne. Push free. There you go. We got it. Look straight down the runway.
Caution, short runway, 2,000 feet remaining.
Okay. Flaps up. Trim it up. Pull back. Oh, wait. Pull back. Right.
100 feet.
And trim it with your left thumb, remember? Pull down. Your left thumb. Pull down.
200 feet.
Your left thumb. Pull it. There you go. More. Good level. Okay. Now level off. Level off. Get it level. Level that thing, man. Don't be afraid of this thing. We're going to this VOR, which is 268 degrees.
400 feet.
What we want to do?
400 feet.
We're down to 108.0, right? Okay, remember he said you got to utilize the VOR right here? You got to turn this thing. See how that went down? We want to go to the VOR. Am I correct? So that diamond has to be pointed up. Now keep turning until this becomes level like that. Turn that thing to the left. Go ahead, put your hand, turn that thing left. Turn it. Yeah. We're trying to get to the VOR. We got to get that level. Straight up and down. Yeah, just trim it. If you have to.
No, I was like turning to the left.
Okay. Turn that to the left. Turn it. Keep going. Till the line is straight up and down.
1,000 feet.
Keep going. The plane's gonna fly itself. Let go of the yoke, man. Let go of the yoke. Turn that thing. Right, look. That's what you want to do. Turn the other way. Right there. Get it straight up and down. Right there. Okay? Straighten out the plane. Now we want to fly heading 245 right there. You want this one to match that one. That's your direction right there. That's where you got to go. Follow me? So start turning. No. Your heading indicator. Turn to your right. Turn. This has to be just like that one. You understand what I'm saying? Level off. Bingo. You're in the right direction. You know why I know you're in the right direction?
Because
And look, that arrow is in the same direction. That's where we want to go. Right there. 108, 108. That's all we did. See how they match? That matches that. That matches that. That matches that. We're headed to the right direction. Our VOR. Now, the closer you get to the VOR, this is going to start acting wicky-wacky. Go ahead and turn it some more. Get that line up and down.
2,000 feet.
The other way. Other way. Keep turning, keep turning. Let go of that stick, man. The plane's gonna fly itself. Let go of that yoke. Right there. So I mean, you have to fly this thing. Let go of the yoke.
Okay.
That's what you're doing.
Real quick, but Skip went to the car dealership for he'll be back.
Okay.
Kano is gonna let him fly around.
Yeah, 'cause he needs more. Yeah.
But his takeoff was perfect.
Was it really?
Turn was perfect.
Okay.
Doing good.
All that stuff he's telling you out there, that's all it is, man. He goes into like detail stuff. You know, he has to, but that's all it is.
Do I need to get it straightened out?
We're 3.8 miles. You can straighten it up. Yeah, go ahead and turn it. If we were 50 miles from here, or 100 miles from VORs, you typically got an 80-mile range. If we're 80 miles from here, that thing would not move. But because we're so close, we pick one close because it takes too long to get to it 80 miles away. Okay. So now let's go back to KPNS. You know how to find it on here? Nearest airport. KPNS. What's that? 0.68. Point it. 0.68. You can use that if you want, or you can use that heading indicator if you want.
Probably would have been there.
It don't matter. Once you get us back there. And but look, remember, your mother's in this right seat now, man. I don't want. No, forget your mom. I'm in this right seat, man. I want to throw up now, okay? I don't feel like throwing up over here. You want to pass it? 068. If you can't find it that way, do like the real pilots do. Use the map. There's KPNS right there. See it? Okay. So you got to turn back, go to your right. Easy, man. Easy. What's our altitude?
About 1,000.
100. We need to come down something. How far are we from KPNS? 5 nautical miles. Get some altitude down. And turn that airplane around and get this altitude down. Go back on your power. 4. 4. Right there, that's good. Turn that thing around. Easy. Remember, I don't feel like going up, man. I'm
Nice turns,
going to throw up on you if I throw up.
That's nice.
That's much better.
Nice
That's much
turn.
better. He was jerking a while ago.
Yeah, no, I call him Mr. Jerky. He loves a jerk.
Not too steep, not too steep. Remember, you got somebody in the right seat, man. There you go.
You got my ride throwing up over here.
Level off now, level off now. Look where you at, at the airport, right there. Maybe you can find it here too. Nearest airport, KPNS. Okay, let's find that runway. We found the VR, no problem. They all did.
Huh?
They found the VR, no problem. Yeah. We'll hit this runway right here. Runway 8. See where you at? Start turning to the left. Get some altitude down. You're too high. Pull back on your throttle. Trim it down. Pull back on your throttle. Throttle. Right there. There you go.
Should I have cooked it all that fast?
Yeah, that's fine. Now trim it down. Trim it down. Down, other way. There you go. Get this thing down. Trim it some more. Trim it some more. Trim it some more. Doing good, man. Let me help you find the airport. It's kind of hard on this thing. Okay. See the runway? See it? Guess where we gotta go. Doing good. Watch your airspeed, watch your altitude. Right about 2,000 is good. Start getting over there to your left.
Height 2,000 feet.
There you go. I'm not gonna tell you anything else when you land this thing. You found that VOR, no problem, so land this airplane.
Watch your airspeed.
Get over to the left. Or line your nose up with the runway, remember? Like Mr. Bill said, watch your airspeed, you're gonna stall. Give it some airspeed, give it some gas. Give it some gas, Isaiah. Give it some, hear that? Eee! That means you're gonna stall, man. Give it some gas, Isaiah. Doing good. Relax. Alright, man, you're doing good. Almost home free. You got 3.3 nautical miles before you hit
Not so steep in that turn.
level off, bro. There you go. Quit jerking. Let go of the yoke. Let go of it. See how it's flying? When you put your hands on it, it starts doing all that stuff. Why is that? This is what you're doing.
Yeah, it kind of, when you push it, it
No, you don't push it. Wait, level off. Go back on your power.
What?
No. You don't want to kill it. You just want to watch it enough so the nose go down. Let go of the stick. To the left a little bit. Left. Don't push it in. There you go. To the right a little bit. Throttle management. Your level. Center. Don't push. Just get a level. Right, left. Don't push. Right, left.
Over to your right.
Height 1,000 feet.
See what I'm doing? I ain't even got to push. I'm just using my throttle management.
To your right.
There you go. See how much better that, man? You ain't jerking. Because you ain't pushing. Don't push. Just don't listen to it. Give me 1 notch of flaps. Flap down. 1 notch. There you go. Don't push. It's coming down. Go to your right. Right. Left. In the center. Don't listen to her. She's lying. Let it come on down. Left. In the center. There you go. You're coming down now. Don't listen to her. She's lying. 1 left. In the center. Don't push. Now you want to give it maybe a little bit of trim down. A little bit. Get it center. There you go. Get it center. Now when you want to pull right there. Pull back just a little bit. Pull back on the stick now. Pull back on the yoke. Pull back on the yoke. I want you to pull back. That's good though, man. That's good.
Good job.
Yeah. So you don't have to be on this. Just relax. Just turn it left, right a little bit, and use the throttle management. You know, if you feel going up too fast, pull back on the throttle. Like, good.
Good job, dude.
Yeah, you did good. Just get your sister in here. We're gonna get you on this again. All right. All right, young lady, have a seat. All right, Miss Mariah, what we're going to do is we're going to taxi to the runway, going that way. Remember how to get out there? Throttle. I think your knees are kind of close to that. Let's pull back on you a little bit. Your knees are hitting that.
You want that nose? You're looking at the ground. The ground.
Go ahead and get up.
Okay.
I'll pull it back for you.
Closer you get to the ground.
Out there. Is that too far back? Get it where it's comfortable for you. Don't want your knees where you get that yoke and turn. Is that comfortable for you? Okay. Taxi to the runway, left turn. Just get out on the runway. Right there. Huh? Push your left foot in. Give me some gas.
You stop that jump.
It's like they sometimes
There you go. Push him to the left.
turn it kind of
Yeah, there you go.
It kind of just, it's not really too smooth. It kind of just goes in by itself when you try to push it. So I try to kind of lift the actual makeup, not lift the makeup, bring it up.
Hold it right there.
Just, I mean, if you could put your hands on it.
Go back on your power just a little bit. Pull down just a little bit.
That's what I do
Right
right
there.
there.
Okay. What we're going to do, what Mr. Skip was talking about, we're going to fly to a VOR. We're going to fly to nearest VOR. We're going to go to softly feel VOR. Softly VOR, the one he was talking about, is 108.8 frequency. We've already listed this.
Look out your right window.
I want you to dial in 108.8 on this side.
Look out the tip of the wing.
Do the first dial first. There you go.
Way over.
The second one.
You want it to come up to where you can see under the sky.
Okay. It's not active until you click it over on this side. Now we're active. That's the VOR we're going to go to. Right now,
that's when she started.
the 750 is telling us it's 273 degrees that way, so we know we got to go that direction.
Just remember, nice,
I'm
smooth.
going to do something more different.
Just keep going. And I don't know if you just stop it. Once you start to turn, got that nose stop. It's going to keep turning.
When we get to the VOR, we know we're heading towards the VOR. This will be up and down like that. This diamond is down, that means we're going away from the VOR. We want that diamond to go up. That means we're going towards the VOR. So when you take off, this heading, you follow that arrow, which will be on here too, 273. When you get to that 273, you want to start turning this so that diamond will go up. Take us to that VOR, okay? So we're going to take off, we're going to bank to the left. Ready? Go ahead. All the way up. Steer with your feet. Take the brake off.
Take your time. Don't hold it.
You ready? Steer with your feet.
That calendar out in front of that. Middle of the propellers, right down the middle of the runway. As you start coming down,
Get to 60 knots.
coming down like this, you're going to start running down.
Go back a little bit on the stick. 60 knots. A little bit, just a little bit. There you go. Get it up. Get it up. There you go. Okay. Got it level. Good. Good. Nose up some more. Remember, you can trim with your left. Pull it down. There you go. Hello? Hey, babe. I don't need nothing.
How's it going, Ken?
Okay, that'll be all right. Huh? 2? Yeah. Yeah, I'm in the simulator right now. No, you're right. Okay. Okay. We want to bank to the left. To the 265. Got it there. Got it there. When you get to that, you can level off. It's right about there. Now you can level off. Level off. Go straight. Or put your flaps up. Put your flaps up. Push that up. Trim out with your left stick. There you go. There you go. Push down. Push down. Some more. And let go of the yellow. Flying pretty level, huh? Trim it some more. Push that down. Push it forward. Push it forward. Forward. Right there. Now level off. Level off. When I said level off. Level. Okay, now we want that diamond to go up. Start turning that wheel. I think we got to go the other way. Turn to the right. Actually, it's the other way, to the left. Yeah, just keep turning. Keep turning to that diamond, points up. That means we're going towards the VOR. Yeah, keep on going. Keep on going. Keep on going. Keep turning. Don't worry about that, yo. Okay, we're up now, right? We're going towards the VOR. Before, it has gone away from it. So now, keep turning so that line becomes parallel with that. Keep turning some more. Keep going. Doing good. Keep going. Keep going. You're almost there. Right there. There you go. Okay, we're level. Now, that's the heading we have to go. Right there. West. It's right on the W. So guess what we got to do? We got to turn the plane. It has to match that one. So turn to the right.
Too steep.
Yeah, you are too steep. You're too steep. Right there, right there. Turn, level off, level off, level off. Relax. Do that one. A little bit more. Get that over here to the left, to the left, to the left.
Traffic.
Level off, right there. Now, we're approximately 7.4 nautical miles from that VOR. We're right on track. Now we're 7.3. We're heading in the right direction. We set our frequency and turn it in here. Then this has to match that. So now we're 6.9 nautical miles from that VOR. If we were 100 nautical miles away from that VOR, this would not be moving. That line right there, the one you want to keep. Oops, I just messed up. If we're 100 miles away, that would stay just like that. But the closer you get to the VOR, that thing has a tendency to go haywire. So you're right on track. Push it.
We shut most of this stuff down.
Yeah. Other way. Now look at your heading. You gotta get that heading the same as this one. Your heading indicator. Same as that one. It's at 30, so you want to turn the plane 30. There you go. There you go. Get it over there too. So look at that one. When you turn, that's getting straight too. Yeah, you head in the right direction. So all these instruments, they work together. You're headed towards where you want to go. Now if we're going to go to Mobile, there's a VOR way up there. We dial it in and we do exactly what we did here, and we just follow that VOR. A VOR is nothing but a sign. That's all it is. Like a stop sign. You get to a stop sign, you stop. Or, better example, your address, whatever street you live on, that's what a VOR is. I live at 11 North Marion Street. That's what this is. Just tell you how to get there. We're 3.8 nautical miles from FEOR. There you go. When you get about a mile to it, that's gonna go like, you can dial it all you want to, it's not gonna stay down. But like I said, if we were like 100 miles away, it would stay centered the whole time. So you keep drifting out because we're almost there. .9 nautical miles. Okay, watch. Lift your head again, okay? Get it back over there. Hit the 3-3. Turn the plane. That's how you know which way to go. That VOR is taking you straight to where you want to go. Okay, level off. There you go. Okay. We're almost there. When you get there, it's just going to go crazy. So now we know how to get to that VOR. Now let's go back to KPNS. We do it like this. Go nearest airport. KPNS. Where's that airport? 82? Go back that way. See, these instruments make flying easy. That's the top of climb. We set it for 4,000 feet. We're almost at 4,000. We almost get there. Let you know. Don't listen to her. I gotta take that off. Okay. And there it is. That's the airport right there, straight here. Am I correct? Yeah, let's get this thing down to about 2,000 feet. Pull back on that power. Don't jerk that yoke. Okay, let go of the yoke. Let go of the yoke. Pull your power back. The throttle. Pull it down. Right there. There you go. Don't push down. Just let it come down in the zone. Plane flies itself.
Mariah, don't touch the yoke. Only use it to turn right and left.
That's right. He's right. Okay, pull back on your throttle again. The throttle. Okay, next on the throttle. The yoke, I mean. And go to your left. There you go. Don't push it in. You go straight. Turn right, turn right. Turn right. Let go of the yoke. Let it come. That's it. It's going to come on down. It's coming down. Go to your left a little bit. Don't push it in. Don't pull it or push it. Just turn it. Bingo. Let it come on down. This is flying. Flying is not all this. Flying is you got to come down. Trim that joker. Or use your power. Flying is boring. It's fun, but it's boring. I'm telling you right now. It's fun though, because you're up in the air, you get to look around. See the scenery. Okay, go to that. Get it lined up. Just turn it. Just turn it.
So those two look normal, but why does that one look kind of discolored?
It's the way I got it set up. I got a program I can change the colors. And the sun's over more to that side too. Get back, get it lined up, get it lined up.
Oh yeah.
Get it lined up. Okay, give a little bit of gas. Pull the gas throttle up. More, pull up, there you go. Right there, right there. Go to your right. Go to your right, there you go. Get it lined up. To the left, to the left, to the left. Get it lined up with that runway. Easy, easy.
See, no, that was a jerk.
That was a little jerk. Okay, now give one notch of flaps. It's gonna go up on you. Pull down, pull down. Push your trim forward. Right there. This is when you gotta work it. Left and right, left and right. Because you want to get the center. Go back on your power a little bit. Pull down. More. Right there. Let it come on down. Keep it center. While it's coming down, keep it center. Work it while it's coming down. There you go. You gotta work this thing when you land it. There you go. Hey, there you go. Just bump it. Put down your power some more. More power. Trim it down. Push your trim down. Push it forward. There you go. Coming down. Good. Trim. A little bit more trim. A little bit more trim. There you go. Put down your power. Coming down now. Yep. Get it center. Right there. Now before you hit that nose wheel, you want to pull back a little bit. Right there. Hold it. Hold it. Push forward a little bit. Just a little bit. Pull back a little bit. Pull back. Pull back.
Could you like trim it?
Pull back a little bit. Pull back. Pull back. Pull back. Jerk it. Right, you got it down.
Could you use the trim to land?
Yeah, all the time. Let me show y'all something real quick. I'm gonna show you something. This is so easy. Come on, get it. This is simple. You did good, Mariah.
How do I stop?
Push your feet forward.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let me show y'all something real quick. I ain't gonna be in there but maybe 3 minutes. I'm gonna get it up.
Because I think
That's all you gotta do.
Because I think it'd be easier for me to use the trim. Because
yeah, that's how I
just be pushing it too much.
Get it up. I ain't going all the way around. Just want you to see this. About 60 knots. Yeah. Okay, where more? Trim. Gotta trim. Flaps up. Trim it. I'm just gonna shoot it off, go around. Electrical wires. Airport's over there, runway. I'm flying with the trim the whole time. Little turn. I'm using my little finger. Turn it, trim it. Runway's right there. Over here, at the base. There's the runway right there. Yep, there's the runway.
They have cars. Because I just heard like something on the
I can land it right here. I can hit that. Right about there. Okay. Go ahead. Go down to the power. No, the runway's right there. One degree flat. It's going up. Flip it like that. Level. Start turning. I'm holding the trim button the whole time. If it wants to go down, pull up. If it wants to go up, push down. I'm trimming the whole time. The whole time I'm trimming it. That's how they fly, man. In the real plane, they got a trim wheel. It's right here. You use this. I like to use this. Where's that runway? How hard to see? It's right there. Watch my airspeed. 60 knots. I'll keep it at 60, roughly about 60. There's the runway. Over the gas. I'm trimming it. Give it a level. See how boring this is? I'm not doing all this stuff. Airport runway right there. Trim it down. Start my base turn. Trim it. It wants to come down a little bit. Trimming it. Trim it. Trimming it up. Watch my airspeed. I'm at 80 knots. That's good. Altitude, 400 feet. Right there. Okay, a little gas. Start pulling back my power. I know I gotta come down. One notch of flaps. I'm coming in at 80 knots. That's enough flaps. Pull down the power. Let's give it another notch of flaps. Just for giggles and grins. The nose gonna come up, so I'm gonna push, trim it down. More flaps, I get to come in at a slower speed. Now, right about here, start pulling back a little bit. Hold that. Hold it. I don't know what he's doing there. Landing on the rear wheels. Front wheel. Great. Alright. Get back on here, man. We gotta practice these landings. You know how to get to VOR. We're gonna do the VOR again tomorrow. Y'all need to practice these landings. Come on, Isaiah. Then Mariah's gonna go again. Okay? You're right. Yeah, you can trim it, man. You can trim it. That's how they fly. You can use that, or this is a trim wheel too. You can use that one or this one. I prefer the stick because it's right there on my hand. Go ahead, take off. Get on that runway, man. Ain't taking off no grass. Push it up, all the way up. All right, doing good. Woo, look at that plane.
That's dangerous.
Keep it straight, keep it on the runway, on the runway. And guess what? You had the flaps down, so you didn't have to pull back on the stick because the flaps give you lift. But now you got to put the flaps up. So when you put the flaps up, you got to trim it up too. So when you put the flaps up, you're gonna have to push that trim wheel down. Because when you put the flaps up, then push it forward to get them up, and your nose is gonna go down. So now you gotta pull that down, There you go. You still got another notch of flaps up. Put them all the way up. There you go. Now the trim. Trim it down. Bingo. Trim it. There you go, man. You fly with the trim. Like I said, you can use that, or you can use this too. This is the trim wheel. Like I said, I prefer the stick. It's just much easier. Doing good. And you remember, you don't have to do all this stuff. There you go. There you go. You're trimming it. Once you get airborne, you start trimming it. You get it level the way you want. Then you give it gas to go up and down. Bill likes to use this wheel right here. He likes to keep it realistic. I'm just lazy.
600 feet.
Much smoother, much smoother.
Is it?
You trying to find the, oh, there you go, one more. map. I'm trying to find that runway out. Push it in. I think in. In. Oh, wait, my bus out. Out. Ain't coming nowhere. Plane ain't gonna go nowhere. Okay. One more time. So you can really see where you're at. Okay, go down. You're going to go down there. You ain't gonna hit that one. Hit runway 35. Yeah. Easy on your turns. Yeah, when the sun changes side, it kind of changes the colorization of the screen. And I got this software that kind of, I got one screen set up a little different. See the airport? Yeah, you want to go straight, man. You don't want to. You don't land on that runway there, right? Yeah, go further down. You want to go down roughly about at least 1.5 miles or so. So you have enough time to make your, get on the base, then the final. Maintain about 2,500, yeah, that'll be sufficient. Keep it straight, keep it straight, keep it straight. There you go. See the runway? You want to see the runway? It's going like that. You want to go like that too. So when you turn, you come into the runway. Because right now, if you turn, you're going to go past the runway. You got to come back in like that. So you really have to watch what you're doing. It's approximately 1.8 nautical miles. We're about 1 mile out. Go a little farther, 2 miles. Okay, now you can start your turn. Your base. And you want to get some of that altitude down as well, so pull back with your throttle. Probably want to pull back some more if you're pretty close to that runway. You're going to do a kind of a tight turn. Hold it just like that. Let it come on down. Let it come on down. Looking good, man. Okay, I'm not gonna say any more after this. You see where the runway is? You see where you're at? Oh, you see where you're at? You see where you're at. Okay, now you got to get that joker down, man. What do you think you got to do? Your power's too high? You think you might have to trim it down too? Uh-huh. Let it come on down. It's coming down. So it's coming down. A little bit more trim. Pull back on that power. More trim. Trim it down. Trim it down. Nose down. Nose down. Nose down. Nose down. 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 1 notch of flaps. Trim down. 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 You got time. You got time. Down. 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 Let it come down. Perfect. You can make that. Keep it center. Keep that nose center. There you go. Don't listen to it. Perfect. Put your power down. Dead center. Remember, you're going to pull back a little bit and hold it. Start pulling back. A little bit. Stop. Hold it. Pull back. Pull back. Stop. Pull back. Stop. Bingo. Hit the brakes. All right. You did good.
One taxi.
You know what? That's all right. You did
At least I landed.
You did a lot better, man, because you're not doing all that junk. Okay, Mariah, here we go.
See, I went to.
They both did VORs twice. Instead of one of them landed.
They landed?
Well,
yeah. That simulator's hard to control, man.
It is.
It's hard to control, that thing.
I keep telling them to use the trim.
Yeah.
Don't fly with the stick so much. Okay, get back on the runway, Mariah.
Hey, y'all. Hey, Mariah.
Hey, kids, how y'all doing? Get back on the runway over here. Throttle. Okay. Take off that way. Go ahead, Mariah. Get it up there. Get it straight. Give it some gas. All the way up. All the way up. Good. He's already got flaps down. Keep it straight. Keep it straight. Keep it straight. Straight, straight. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. All right. We got enough. We got enough. Don't worry what she's saying. She's lying. Okay. Go back a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Go back just a little bit. You're more. That's it. Okay. Now trim it. Trim it. That left. Push down. More. Get that nose up. Get that nose up. You know why you gotta get that nose up? Because one of your flaps is down. Get it up some more. Pull down some more. Trim it down. Hold it down. Just trim it down. Hold it down. Now, push your flap. You got one flap up. Push that forward. Trim it down. Trim it down. Trim it down. Trim it down. Down. Just hold it. Just hold it. Bingo. That's what you want, right? Right there. Cool. Now just go to your right or left. You don't have to push forward or push. Just level it off. Level it off. Level it off. Trim it. Perfect, right there. Remember? That has to be level with that white line. That orange, level it off right there. Bingo. Go to your right. Turn it. Turn it. Right there. Level. Now trim it. Push it. Down. Now you're level. If it goes up, push it forward with the trim. Be perfect. Okay, we're going to go out about, let's see, where we at? You're doing good. You're going to land this time. We're going to land on Runway. We're going to land on Runway 35. So you're going to go out, turn it, go straight, turn to your left. Good. And level off. Let's stay at 25. Let's stay at 1500 right there. Keep that right there. Right there. You can do it with the trim. There you go. Down. Vice versa. That runway going that way. So we need to go. So now you're coming in, we need to go that way some. There you go. Yeah. You want that plane like Mr. Skip said a long time ago? You want that plane parallel with that runway, meaning that runway's like that, the plane needs to go like that. Remember Mr. Skip said that? Doing good. Hey.
These are my brothers. Mariah's my cousin, not my sister.
Oh, okay. What's your name, young man?
Jeremiah.
Oh, okay. Oh, the biblical child. Okay. That's the airport. About 2.1 nautical miles, so we're not far enough.
Y'all want to try the y'all?
Now, we want to pull back on our power and start our base turn. Our base. Go back on your power some more. We want to get that. We're not that far from the airport. Put the power down just a little bit more. There you go. Really good. We just did something that was a little bit more complex. We took them to a what they call a VOR, a road map in the sky, by using instruments, and your kids, they both did that. So it was back to the basics of just landing. There you are. It's on you. Right down, roll down, wobble down, and trim, push your trim forward. There you go. One. One degree flat. One degree flat. No, one notch of flash.
800 feet. Approach 43 block.
Okay, now nose down.
Speed for
Flat.
laps 2
Trim. There you go. Get the center. Get the center. Get the center.
Too high. Guide 600 feet. Guide 500 feet. Guide 300
Perfect. Remember, pull back just a little bit. Pull back a little bit. Hold it. Perfect. Pull back a little bit. Hold it. Pull back a little bit. Pull back a little bit. More. Pull back. Hold it right there. Pull back a little bit. Still got that nose, Will. Go ahead and take off again. You're doing good. Just that landing. Go ahead and take off and ride. Shoot it off. Give it gas. All the way up. We're going to do the same thing again. That's a nice airplane, isn't it? To the left. Okay, trim up. There you go. We're going to land on runway. Keep going straight, level off. We're going to land on runway. We're going to land on runway 8, okay? Push down. Where you're at, you don't land on 8. Remember I told you about the stick? They go and stand. Turn to your right. Stop. They go and stand. Not try. The other way. Go on. Go on. Go on to the right. There you go. You're there. You're going straight. That nose. Level. Go on a little higher. Push forward. Down. Keep going. There it is. Okay. We are 1.6. We get to 2 miles out. We're going to turn. On our base, the runway 8. Don't over-control that stick. You're doing good. Your landing was perfect, Mariah. Your landing was perfect. You just had to pull up a little bit more. You're bouncing on that nose wheel. You want to land on the 2 rear wheels. But your landing's good. Okay, we're 2 nautical miles out. Let's go 3 nautical miles out. Make it easier for you. I keep thinking I'm flying this thing. We'll say 2.5. Now pull back on your power and land this thing. Pull back. There you go. Watch your turn. You're doing good. Level off. You see where you're at? You see the airport? Perfect. Now what do you think you need to do? Get that nose down, huh? Okay. Perfect. You got plenty of time to figure this out. I'm not gonna say nothing else because you're gonna do this. Okay, pull back on your power a little bit. Listen to that engine. There you go, you're coming in. When you're coming in, you don't want to be ring, you want to be like slowing down. Give me 1 notch of flaps. There you go. Okay. Looking good. Looking good. Looking good.
This is the simulator. This is what Mariah's driving right now. I'm feeling I'm crashing.
Doing good. This one's good. Oh, you got this. Don't look at that. Look at the runway. Look at the runway. Perfect. Stay away from that map. Perfect. You got this. You got it. 200 feet. There you go. Keep it just like that. Let it come on now. Don't do nothing yet. Pull back on your stick a little bit. Right there. There you go. Pull back a little bit.
Ooh, you bounced high.
Pull back. You got it. You're holding it. You're holding it. You're gonna stall. We're gonna do this one more time. If you don't crash. You had it. She had it. Yeah.
That's kind of worse than me. What you can't talk.
You had it.
No, my plane just did barrel
You had it. You know what you did? You pulled back too much, and you stalled it. You went back up. You just gotta pull back a little bit. You get that nose up, and then land on the rear tube.
What happened?
She made it. She was there. She was there.